you have that freedom and you have that kind of, okay, I'm being indulged. Okay, he knows me. I can go and shout and throw a fit or be nervous or be happy or whatever, and it's all tolerated.
He'll understand your emotions.
He'll understand.
Sometimes it's very dangerous on set, because we know each other so well and we know each other's mind. We don't have to look at each other, and some actor is doing some stupid thing. We don't look at each other because we will burst into laughter.
Did they ever come and feel that, because you're a friend, sir, you are giving her more importance? Aisa hua?
No, we were very careful in Haider. She said no twice, and I didn't go to anyone. She said, why are you wasting your time? I'm not doing it. But I kept going, and I knew that she was going to do it because
He knows me too well.
and because I think, to me also, Haider was more Gertrude than Hamlet.
How many people actually around you said that don't do it? It could-
Everyone. Everyone. Like, the end of your career,
But why were you gonna say no to Haider? What was your reason?
That's Khufiya.
I only laugh and I only want to be, and I like to be with people who laugh and who have a sense of humor. If you don't have a sense of humor, not allowed in my house.
There are some actor-director duos that will go down in the history of Bollywood, remembered to create magic on screen. And when I'm talking about them, two names that come on my mind are Tabu and Vishal Bhardwaj. Whenever they've come together, they spelled magic with a capital M. Today I'm joined by them in conversation with me only on Bollywood Bubble. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, Nayandeep.
And of course, I've grown up watching you, loving you, admiring you, respecting you, and the body of work. It can take a teenager a little bit of time to understand the kind of movies that you have taken or the challenges that you guys have taken since the very beginning. But when they do, they really start respecting you even more, and you become fonder. I remember that to Maqbool, I had watched Maqbool after a lot of years, of course, because I was too young that time. But when I watched, I felt something in me changed, because that was a movie that is, I think there are some movies that really, really define you and also change you. You have taken those kind of steps, both of you, as a filmmaker, as an actor, you guys have taken those kind of that time risks, which have today become a convention. How do you see the change and the paradigm shift in the industry over the years? Being a face of it for so many years, actually.
You say.
Okay, so when we were making Maqbool, Tabu was the only person I had, okay? And Nasir Bhai, of course, Nasir Bhai knew of it. And I was going with this script to everyone. I went to so many people, so many stars and so many financiers. Tabu was the only person who could see, who could read what I was trying to do. And now, it's very easy to make a film like Maqbool.
True.
But that was it was so difficult for me. It was so difficult for me. Actually, I had applied it for a bank loan also. In those days, IDBI used to finance films. But soon it got shut down, of course, if they will invest in films, what will happen? So that's where in that committee, the Bobby Berry who produced this film, he was one of the members of that committee which rejected the loan. And he contacted me post that it's a very good film, a script, I want to make it. And that's how the Irfan came and everyone came. So I think from there to now, it is in 20 years, it's around 20 years now, कि पूरा का पूरा एकदम शिफ्ट हो चुका है कि अब कि इस तरह की फिल्म बनाना अब शायद फिर दोबारा मुश्किल हो गया क्योंकि अब वो थिएट्रिकल में अब क्या है कि उस तरह से क्या चल रहा है क्या नहीं चल रहा है वो किसी को भी नहीं पता है. सो इसलिए अब वो फिल्म एंड अब डिजिटल पे इस फिल्म के लिए या जगह है. बट एक फिल्म मेकर के लिए अब तो बहुत सारे एवेन्यूज हैं, बहुत ही सारे एवेन्यूज.
Yeah, there's wide acceptance also from
Yeah.
the audience
Yeah.
because I watched Khufiya with my mother and we were both glued. And of course, we can't speak about the spoilers, but you know what they are, and they really hit you when it happens. And certain things that have been taken care of in the movie is so beautifully done and so tastefully done. So that's the beauty of your world, sir, and your world. But have you seen this change in the audience acceptance?
Yeah, I've seen the change. I've experienced it in so many ways. Na? The way we work, the way, like you said, audiences acceptance and opening up of so many platforms, avenues, and all that. And audiences, the change in their own understanding and all of that. No, the generations. It's a different generation. Like I think that 2 or 3 generations that I have seen as audiences. And the approach to work has changed. The stories have also, I think multiplied. The kinds of stories and the kinds of characters that are written for actors, that has multiplied. And there are a lot of people, and I think there's a lot of work for many people now in the industry. It's just become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's become more welcoming in some ways and less tolerant in some ways. So yeah, there have been shifts in so many areas that it's been mind-boggling actually.
Yeah.
I think it's been very rapid also.
Absolutely.
So it has taken some time to absorb the change and settle somewhere. But I think now it's a little bit settled, we can say, but it went through a lot of turbulence and all that. Some things changed, some things remained, some things got completely, eliminated. All that was happening, and it was like chaotic at times. But yeah, that's the nature of the industry, I feel.
Last year everybody says that it was Tabu's year, even at the box office. Like if you're only talking like box office numbers and appreciation. My mom, when she watched it yesterday with me, in Bengali, she's a Bengali, we are Bengali, so she said that तब के ज़माने में भी एक ही टबू थी, 2000 में भी एक ही टबू थी, 2010 में भी एक ही टबू है, और 2020 में भी एक ही टबू है. And how do you manage to stay relevant? Although there is no method to that madness, but you have been one of those rare actors, like, Meryl Streep. If we compare somebody to that level, it would be you from India, because, you've managed to stay relevant to, like you said, all the 2-3 generations that you've catered to. How did you do that?
I don't know. I've been fortunate to a large extent. I think I stayed in touch with work all the time. And the films I did, working with people like him, who kept redefining me as an actor. So I think that is the most important part of a creative person, or their relevance in their field or in the world or in society. How you upgrade or change or alter or renew who you are, in your field. So films like Maqbool, films like Haider, now Khufiya, if you're talking about this whole line of films, they have just helped me to, keep redefining me, because every film is a different character, different something else to explore, and something new.
Yeah.
When people see you doing something new, that's when I think that redefining happens. That's when the freshness comes. It's like really changing your insides or your clothes and coming out in the world. Yeah.
And take some credit also. Hard work and discipline.
Lot of
She's
discipline.
so disciplined.
Lot of discipline.
Yeah.
And I think both of you together are like creative genius. Somehow, when you guys come together, there is something like and everybody here, everybody watching it will believe that this is possibly one of the most formidable actor-director pairings. Like when people will know that you guys are doing a film, there's already an expectation set in form of art and content. that also works so much in your favor. Do you enjoy that?
It does work in my favor, of course.
Our viewer.
And I actually I really believe that you have to be fortunate to have this kind of, you know, union in one lifetime, and I really I mean it. Whether it's professionally or personally. Professionally, it's I think kind of almost impossible to get that, and if you have that, you're really fortunate. And to know that that is something that is very precious and that will remain.
True.
You know, and you know that this thing, this exchange, and this combination and this experience will just bring something newer even to our equation. So even our equation and our क्या बोलते हैं equation has been evolving also through the films that we have done. But apart from that, you know, it's through the working journey that he has come to, you know, when you work with somebody, it's a very, very personal exchange. It's a very personal space.
Absolutely.
Especially for actors and for creative people, I think. And when you're working with people, you're closer to them than you are to many other people could be in your life, because you're taking a personal journey of the character. You're taking a journey of your own emotions with the director, how he sees you, you know. So it's something that cannot be replicated, it cannot be substituted. And the fact that I have it with him is enough for me for one lifetime, I can say, you know. And you understand each other so well. He knows me like nobody else knows me, you know. So you have that freedom and you have that kind of, you know, okay, I'm being indulged, okay, he knows me, I can go and shout and throw a fit or be nervous or be happy or whatever, and it's all tolerated.
He'll understand your emotions.
He'll understand.
But your association actually goes back a long way. A lot of people who know Tabu ma'am will know that, like you said, that she stood by you through Maqbool. She has those long-standing friendships, and she will stand by. Of course, she's somebody I've grown up respecting. But I remember I put up something very recently, and she was very sweet to message me saying that what has happened, are you okay? And even that matters a lot. You know, if she cares for you, she really, really cares for you from her heart, and that's something that sets her apart from the brigade of actors, you know, because once you move on from a film, then you sometimes tend to like lose touch. That has not happened over like how many years actually?
30 years?
30.
Yeah, 28. Yeah,
28, almost 30.
Because you started off as a music
95. Yeah, 95. So 29 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
How has the equation changed, you think?
Gulzar Saab is the
Yeah.
common factor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are both like, you know, Gulzar Saab के मुरीद and, you know, बच्चे जो भी आप बोलो. So वो हमारा बहुत सबसे बड़ा bond है कि हम दोनों मतलब उनके बिना या सोच नहीं सकते. And what he means to us is, you know, it's, you know, we bond on that. And what was the question I got?
No, I was just saying, how has the equation you think that has changed?
You know, sometimes, obviously, you know, all the things Tabu has said, but sometimes it's very dangerous on set, you know, because we know each other so well and we know each other's mind. We don't have to look at each other, and some actor is doing some stupid thing, we don't look at each other because we will burst into laughter. And that will, you know, वो सारी बातें बाहर निकल आएंगी. So that's the kind of sometimes very dangerous, because some other actor is doing a very funny thing which we both know that, you know, this is stupid, why is he doing it? And he's doing it to Tabu, and or he or she, you know, is saying something to me which she's standing behind in out focus, and I'm avoiding to look at her, that she knows that, you know, that I'm going to kill her or she's going to come from behind and, you know, kill him. So that's a very dangerous thing, you know, that happens when you have such a, you know,
बट हाँ या इसलिए हम उसको बहुत वो ऐसे इधर उधर देखते रहते हैं because
But you
people,
still understand.
yeah, the thing is people should also not get
They should not
intimidated
know.
ना
Yeah.
कि अच्छा ये दोनों एक दूसरे को जानते हैं so they are
Yeah.
they exchanging looks or something, so we are very well behaved.
But she is possibly the best that we have. Despite that, because of your equation, has anybody ever come to you? Because actors could get a little insecure at the job, especially when they're on a set. Did they ever come and feel that, oh, because you're a friend, sir, you are giving her more importance? ऐसा हुआ?
No, we were very careful in Haider. We were very careful in Haider, and and because it was very difficult to manao Tabu for that part.
What?
Yes, and I know, and I also knew that she's only going to play it. So she said no twice, and I still I didn't go to anyone. She said, "Ki, why are you wasting your time? I'm not doing it." But I kept going, and I knew that she's going to do it because,
He knows me too well.
and because I think to me also, Heather was more Gertrude than Hamlet. Because Gertrude, and if the Gertrude is not right, however, a good performance Hamlet can do, but Gertrude is like, was my most favorite character.
इसमें एक चीज बोलना है मुझे.
बोलो.
After Heather came out, there was this review in, I think, New York Times, if I'm not wrong. I might go wrong, but in one of the biggest publications, it said Heather should have been called Ghazala. And that do you realize the kind of effect that you have on people with your art? Or are you oblivious of that? I want to ask you this. Is that Khufiya to you? How do you take that love? Does it become overwhelming at times?
It is overwhelming. मतलब overwhelming से ज़्यादा I think it goes really deep, and I treasure that. I never want to take that for granted, and I just I get amazed at the phenomena, and I get really amazed in a good way, seeing the kind of effect work has, a performance has on people. And then ऐसे लगता है कि अरे क्या किया हमने, like then you review, what it meant to you and what you brought to it, and what people are giving back to you now in the form of their love. So you can't, there's nothing more valuable than that, I feel.
But why were you gonna say no to Heather? What was your reason?
That's Khufiya. Yeah, and that was my second film with Shahid also, after Kamina we were doing. So, and both parts were so strong.
Yeah, it was a beautiful film. So I was in DNA at that point, and हमारे interviews हुए थे, and I had told after the trailer launch and everything, we had done interviews. I had said that मुझे लगा था कि that movie would get like a national award for best actor actress, because it is that powerful a film. It is the performances move you, shake you, like I said. Then तब तक तो अंदाजा आ जाता है ना, कि तब तक समझ में आ जाता है कि movie कैसी है, क्या है. मुझे ये जानना है कि Khufiya is about dual lives, like characters who are living dual lives in different forms throughout the film, which is beautifully portrayed. As an actor, today there's so much. You have seen the whole advent of social media, maybe not liked it, paparazzi culture, XYZ, and in your time, like you said, that you've been carefree. Today it's so much of emphasis given on that. Do you feel that somewhere that has taken away that privacy? And if not, how is Tabu still on a regular basis? Like not Tabu the actor, Tabu the person.
I am like that only. On a regular basis, I'm just a regular person. That's all.
No, this is acting, the thing that you do on set. But out of set, how are you as a person? Do you feel that sometimes people don't really get to see how you are? You are very funny and you're very wacky as a person. That everybody thinks you're way too serious. She had given me an interview saying that people think I don't laugh or I don't smile.
I only laugh, and I only want to be, and I like to be with people who laugh and who have a sense of humor. If you don't have a sense of humor, not allowed in my house. That's all. My condition. So like that. So yeah.
But do you think times have changed and it's becoming more difficult for
For-
actors, especially for celebrities, to maintain the privacy? Like, it's not about dual life, it's about having a personal life of their own.
देखो यार, आपकी प्रायोरिटी होती है एक्चुअली हाउ मच यू वांट टू पुट आउट. आपको क्या क्या बताना है दुनिया से और आपको क्या नहीं बताना है, वो तो आपके ही हाथ में होगा हमेशा. ऑफ कोर्स एक पॉइंट के बाद द कंट्रोल यू कांट कंट्रोल बिकॉज इट्स ऑल ओवर यू. But again, it depends, yeah, what generation you're from, and you know, it's all permutation. I mean, so many factors, and you know, but I mean, I've been like this. I've been a sort of a private person always. I can't engage so much with the world unless I feel it's necessary, or you know, there's some value to it. Yeah.
And then you disappear for some time.
Where I disappear, I'm here only.
When you watch Khufiya from frame 1 to the last frame, you take away you know. Some, of course, in the last frame when they will see what it is possibly the most beautiful thing.
Wow.
And I am saying it personally also.
Thank you so
That last frame, that where it ends, is possibly my biggest takeaway from Khufiya. And that also is about the title, because it's really.
And
it's
you
really
know,
beautiful.
we discovered it.
Yeah.
The reason is Tabu for that. Had I not changed the gender of this character, we couldn't have discovered that.
True, it wouldn't have had that effect.
Yeah.
I think it had that effect because it was.
And it's because the reason was Tabu, that I wanted Tabu to play that part. And when Tabu came, then I thought that how to handle this kind of thing in this script. And Khufiya had now two meanings.
Yeah. But one thing that I would like to ask you, that over the years, वो एक कहावत है ना कि आज जो आप कर रहे हो उसे बगावत कहते हैं, सालों बाद लोग इसी को आजादी कहेंगे. Today it has become that for you. When you started off taking these kind of roles, like a Maqbool, like a Hututu, like a Marches, how many people actually around you said that don't do it?
Everyone. Everyone. Like, this is the end of your career, But I didn't believe them because my convictions were something else. And but actually, it didn't even matter to me. I don't even. अभी ऐसा, I'm not even saying in a way कि मुझे बोला था ऐसे and all that. But अभी याद आता है, अरे हाँ ऐसे बोला था. But I was too sure and too convinced about what I'm doing and what I want to do and what I'm going to get out of it. Yeah.
Do you feel happy that you've actually, with years of experience, years of the choices that you have made, and today people wanting to make that choices as artists, do you feel that validation has come in that way from people and from the industry as well?
I'm very happy that it worked. I'm really, really happy that I got to do what I want. And I'm very happy that I've had these amazing experiences, and that's what will stay. And people, like you're saying it now. So it's like all, like, it's working in every which way, Yeah, win-win.
Finally, I'll say this, that, as a child who has loved, like I said, I will end it with that, as somebody who has always loved, watched and respected you, there was always a Maqbool and there was a BV number 1, where I loved you, okay? There's a golmaal, okay? And today, when there's a Khufiya, there is the crew. I just met Kriti very recently, and she was saying about how great it is to have 3 of you together on the set, and it's woman power, because it's Ria and everybody. Do you see that? Like today, a commercial film completely shouldered by 3 strong women and backed by another strong woman, and that is possible.
But that was Ria's purpose of making this film. That was her only purpose of making the film with 3 women, about 3 women.
But thank you so much. I hope and continue that you don't know, ma'am, how you touch and billions of lives out there without even, like, you really don't know. You do it without knowing and unknowingly, and that's the beauty of it. And I will always say that you're a maverick director. When you do something, there is magic on screen. And so when Khufiya might be very different from all your other films because it's based on a real incident, but when people look at it, people will have a very different outlook. Like, everybody will have a very different takeaway. Some might take the thrill of it, some might take the mystery of it, some might take the love story of it, some might take just pure emotions, but somebody will take something for sure. And thank you for gifting this to us. Once it releases, I hope we sit back and discuss this in more details.
Thank
Yes.
you, Nayan. You were so good.
Yes,
Huh?
yes, so
It's
lovely.
amazing. Really,
Thank
I
you.
mean it. It's so nice to do a good interview with somebody who asks you the right questions,
yeah.
who has an understanding, and who is so articulate also.
Thank you. Bye, my days.